Hello and welcome to Euphoria. A little while ago I was pleased to see that, thanks to my new and established subscribers, this YouTube channel reached the 100 subscriber mark. This meant that the channel could be assigned a custom YouTube URL containing a name rather than just the numbers assigned by YouTube. I wanted to mark this somehow on my channel and do something in a way that would contribute to my LEGO city. So I decided that my LEGO city ought to have a monument to recognise this milestone. So let's look at some ideas for a new monument. Now, I already have a couple of monuments in the main plaza of my LEGO city. There's the Princess Catherine monument on what's called Katie's Corner, at the edge of the main plaza and at the entrance to the old town. Then there's the Brick Tanya monument in the middle of the fountain, right in the centre of the main plaza. They're both on columns and they're both quite traditional in style, so I wondered about making something slightly different. I decided to make a more modern sculptural monument rather than just another statue. Now, I recently saw a large abstract sculpture entitled Theseus in Athens in a square called Kotsia Square. It's an abstract geometric sculpture with asymmetric volumes and curves, and as you walk round it and see it from different angles, it reveals different sides, and you try to make sense of the different shapes, lines and curves within it. Although it's meant to represent a figure, this sculpture doesn't really face obviously in any particular direction, and it doesn't really look like a person either. So I wondered if I could try something a bit like that in LEGO. But I also liked the idea of incorporating faces into the design, a bit like a totem pole, but more sculptural and not only facing one way. I wanted something that wasn't going to be too big, so that it was completely out of scale, but it also had to be something that would be reasonably impressive to a minifig. So I started trying out ideas for a monument like that. I played around with some ideas in LEGO Digital Designer, and I started gathering some parts that might be useful in making this monument. Then, based on those ideas, I started building using bricks and elements that I already had. This is the resulting monument. It's on a fairly small base that's only 3 studs by 4 studs, and it's about 8 bricks high. But I put it on a kind of plinth made from masonry profile bricks. I've tried to keep the colour palette muted so that you can see the overall shape and some of the details, rather than get confused by lots of different colours which would break up the overall shape. This sculpture has a number of elements that might be interpreted as eyes, noses or mouths on all the different sides. So you might be able to interpret the shape as representing some kinds of faces. In fact, on some sides you might be able to interpret the shape as containing more than one face. But they're deliberately not regular in shape, and they certainly don't represent anyone in particular. Now I'm going to find a spot to put this in my LEGO city. I recently put some larger benches over in this corner by the old astronomical clock tower, and that means I might not need these smaller benches over in this corner. So I think I'm going to remove these and make some room in this corner for the new monument. If I take these out, then I can put the new monument in the middle of this bit of decorative paving. So that's the new 100 subscriber monument placed in the corner of Harmonia Plaza the main square in the centre of my Lego city. In that corner, it's near to the bank and outside the pet shop and Chez Albert, the posh French restaurant on the square. It's viewable from all sides and doesn't face in a particular direction, but I think it goes okay in that corner of the plaza, and it's a good size and fit for its location. What do you think of this monument? Please let me know in the comments. Thank you to my subscribers, new and old, for supporting the channel. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed yet, to subscribe to this channel so that you can support the continued development of my MOCs and my Lego city.